Golden State Warriors are officially out of the NBA playoffs for the 2024 to 2025 season. The elimination was swift and decisive. A 5-game loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round. An unexpected outcome for a team that entered the season as one of the strongest title contenders. This early exit brings to light crucial questions about the roster's future, with special focus on the contract situation of Jonathan Kuminga, the young forward who will be a free agent this summer and who, in recent games, has shown to be one of the few bright spots in the series. For years, the Warriors have been synonymous with excellence and dominance. Since 2015, the franchise built a dynasty that redefined modern basketball, before championships won, and a revolution in playing style centered on three-point shooting and constant ball movement. However, every era has its cycle, and this season highlighted that the team is in a delicate transitional phase. The age of its main stars, like Steph Curry, who turned 37, and Jimmy Butler, 35, makes it clear that time is passing for this core. It is in this context that Jonathan Kuminga's performance and future gain even more importance. If you follow the NBA and want to stay always informed about the moves and decisions that will define the future of this franchise and the league as a whole, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Here, you get all the news beyond the court. Jonathan Kuminga, the 7th overall pick in the 2021 draft, took some time to find his footing in the NBA. In his first 2 seasons, he was often criticized and even considered a disappointment, with performance below expectations, still playing at a high level with so much physical and technical potential. But everything changed this season. Kuminga showed significant development, with solid averages of 15.3 points in just 24.3 minutes per game during the regular season. And when the team needed him most, during the playoffs against the Timberwolves, he responded with explosive performances. In games 3, 4, and 5, he scored 30, 23, and 26 points respectively, taking responsibility in the absence of Steph Curry, who was recovering from a muscle strain. These numbers show that Kuminga is no longer just a prospect. He has become an essential player for the roster. However, even with this leap, his future with the Warriors is far from settled. The big question now looming over franchise is whether they will be able to keep this young talent on their team amid the financial and strategic challenges ahead. After the elimination, veteran Draymond Green briefly addressed Kuminga's contract situation in a statement loaded with meaning. Obviously, JK has the contract situation. I always wish the best for him, whether here or anywhere else. Although diplomatic, this comment suggests the Warriors still do not have a clear plan to renew the forward's contract, fueling doubts about the player's stay in San Francisco. The biggest challenge to the Warriors is financial. The team already has 2 heavy contracts taking up a large portion of the NBA's salary cap. Steph Curry will earn $59.6 million next season and $62.6 million the following one. Jimmy Butler, who recently accepted a 2-year $111 million extension, also weighs heavily on the club's finances. Within this scenario, offering a competitive contract to Kuminga will be a tough task. More than that, the situation demands strategic decisions. Kuminga, at 21 years old, is seeking a bigger role. The question is, are the Warriors willing to open space in their core formed by established veterans to accommodate a young player still trying to find his definitive place? The roster today is full of stars and experienced players, but also lacking energy and youth to sustain a winning campaign. Internally, there is a growing debate about the path forward. The early elimination this season was a clear warning that the team needs to change. The dilemma is whether Kuminga is part of that change, or if his future lies outside the franchise. Keeping a young player with potential and athletic ability for the coming years seems logical, but the decision involves several factors: salary, team dynamics, expected minutes, and role within the team. Furthermore, Kuminga's future is a key piece for the roster's balance. If he stays, he will have to accept a role that, for now, is secondary on a team still relying on veterans. If he leaves, The impact could be felt in the lack of energy off the bench and scoring ability in decisive moments. Something is already shown in the playoffs. As the Golden State Warriors front office studies its options, the pressure time only increases. Free agency is about to start, and rumors about Kuminga's possible destinations remain scarce. But speculation is inevitable. Keep him or let him go. This decision could define not only the young player's future, but also the trajectory of the franchise for the coming seasons. And you, fan, what do you think? Should the Warriors bet on keeping Kuminga as a key piece of the future? Or would it be better to aim for a deeper renovation that might imply letting go of the young forward? Leave your opinion in the comments. We want to know what you think. The NBA is about to experience one of the biggest moves of the last decade. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks star and two-time league MVP, may be on his way out. And among the franchises already maneuvering to try to sign him is none other than the Golden State Warriors. A trade that, if realized, would completely change the league's landscape. Since news of Giannis's interest in leaving Milwaukee surfaced, several teams have started planning their strategies to bring the Greek star to their rosters. The Warriors, recently eliminated in the second round of the playoffs, face growing pressure to restructure and return to being a dominant force. Steph Curry's injury in the series against the Timberwolves highlighted the urgent need for high-impact reinforcements. Giannis still has 2 years left on his contract with the Bucks, which technically complicates a quick departure. But sources close to the player confirm he wants change. Milwaukee is struggling to build a competitive roster and hasn't advanced beyond the first round of the playoffs in the last 3 years. This frustration weighs heavily on the Greek star, who has publicly expressed his desire to compete for titles more consistently. Brian Windhorst from ESPN, one of the most respected journalists in the field, points out that the Golden State Warriors can indeed make an offer to acquire Giannis, but only if the player himself expresses a desire to move. He emphasizes that, despite the Warriors' interest, the final decision depends on the Greek's will. The Bucks have the contractual power to keep Giannis, but they know a bidding war against the player's wishes is unlikely. On the Warriors' side, the situation is favorable for a negotiation. The team holds several first-round draft picks, in addition to promising young talent at a high level like Jonathan represents a short-term Brandon Podziemski. There are also options like including veteran players to facilitate the deal. Tim Bontemps, also from ESPN, highlights that the Warriors have more assets for a trade at this level than the Lakers, another team interested in Giannis. Bringing Giannis to the Bay Area is not just about talent. It's a strategic move. The combination of Giannis and Steph Curry could form one of the most explosive duos in the NBA. Curry, with his deadly shooting and ability to control the pace of the game, and Giannis, with his physical strength and defensive versatility, could dominate matches. For coach Steve Kerr, the challenge will be balancing these two stars to extract the maximum from both, but the potential for a title is enormous. On the other hand, the Warriors will have to give up part of their future, handing over young players who represent the team's next generation. Kuminga and Podziemski are important pieces of franchise, and this trade shows the Warriors' urgency to return to the top now. The risk is high, but the reward could be greater. Meanwhile, the Bucks face a crossroads. Keeping Giannis against his will could cost the team even more, as they already have limited resources to rebuild. If the trade happens, the Bucks will have to use the assets received to reshape the roster and try to become competitive again. Giannis joining the Golden State Warriors would mean a power shift in the NBA. The entire league would feel the impact of this trade, with changes that go beyond the game itself, influencing strategies and future deals. Now I want to know your opinion. If you were the Warriors general manager, would you risk the franchise's future to pair Giannis and Curry and chase an immediate title? Or would you prefer to bet on developing the young players for sustainable success in the future? Leave your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate the notification bell to get all updates on this possible trade, and much more. In the next video, we'll explore how Giannis's arrival could change the Warriors' playing style and impact the entire season. Stay tuned. because the NBA market is about to heat up even more.